What up, Theta homies? It's your boy, Justin Massetti, back again with another Theta token video, another Theta token update. Just a friendly reminder, if you are new to the channel trying to find as much Theta news, updates, NFTs, or any kind of Theta partnerships, definitely please hit that like and subscribe button because that's what my channel is mainly about. And definitely check out all the links down below in the description for all the links I posted in this video. And also, if you have a chance, definitely check out that Theta wallet address for any kind of T-Fuel Theta token or any kind of TNT 20 token donation. Really do appreciate the donations that's already been provided. So really looking forward onto the future videos I have for you guys. So diving on today's video, we definitely have a longer article, so we're definitely going to dive into it a lot more quicker to save you guys a lot more time. So we're going to go on to Twitter, seeing that here Theta Teeth posting a new Medium article alert. What reward Theta Teeth holders may get in the future? What is the potential true value of official T-bill multiplier NFTs? Why your Mystic Gurus should meditate? Find out in our recent article. As you can tell, definitely check out all the links down below for that article, as well as watching the rest of this video because I got you guys. So seeing at the very beginning, financial side of the NFTs and money making questions part 1. More and more NFT projects are coming out every day, different blockchains, different styles, different utilities. A question of oversaturation has been addressed by some of us months ago, and it is perhaps a topic that will see the light of a professional financial advisor in the future too, or at least when they discover the NFT market and accept it as a prodigal son and the crypto market once was. Nevertheless, once in a while, every one of us could question their life choices, with NFT project selection being one of them. Should I buy it? Should I avoid it? Is it absolutely normal to feel this way, and definitely demand some degree of critical thinking in the first place? In this short article, we would like to address this question and perhaps some useful information that can help avoid making mistakes when it comes to NFT buying. However, since we have touched on the matter previously in the article, another bubble or why shall not repeat ourselves, but rather focus on the financial side through it in depth. So as you can tell, definitely, and especially with my making my channel, and definitely in the beginning of this introduction, definitely do your own research and find out if this type of NFT projects that you're investing in is reliable in terms of making sure it's not a Ponzi scheme or a rug pull. Those type of terms are definitely more common, especially in the NFT market. So make sure that there's always doing as much research as you can before investing any of your money, because I don't want to see anyone lose their money. Of course, it's investing, but definitely do your own research. First of all, for those who are always ready to argue that NFT is just an art itself, we must point to the obvious difference between a professional athlete looking to make a career, earn fame, earn glory and money, versus a keen sport enthusiast doing for fun, although some NFTs certainly look more organically in a picture frame in a dining room or an art gallery. The overwhelmingly majority simply look interesting at most, yet the price of those cool or even lame JPEGs can somewhat be astonishing, especially to the older generation. For instance, everyone, even individuals most distant from the whole digital era, has heard about CryptoPunks as an example of some pictures that cost a substantial amount of money. One might wonder why so. Do they have some rewards, benefit of ownership, and other features that we might consider utilitarian? The answer is no, they do not. However, as more people arrive at the NFT topic, the demand for OG projects has naturally risen. It might seem odd and illogical to some, but those same people who would not mind getting a real CryptoPunk for themselves, right? In the end, it is all about demand and hype. As long as more people want something than the supply for it exists, there will always be a market for rising prices. Even as an item question is completely useless and does not generate any direct and or tangible benefits to the owner. Yes, we are illogical beings, let's face it. Remember spinners? How is it different than a Monet apart from the craftsmanship and numbers? Moreover, given the original CryptoPunks were often, if not always, given the owners for free. Yes, absolutely free. It makes the current prices seem absolutely crazy if we imagine for a second that all of the current owners of the original CryptoPunks realize that their punk does not provide any real benefit. In theory, the price would immediately drop to zero. If you got it for free and it does not provide you anything, it's essentially worthless. But since there is a self-fulfilling demand, the prices are high and keep rising. We want it because others want it. This is exactly what are well known amongst economists endowment effect is. The discovery of such behavior is often attributed to in Thaler in 1980 and Kahneman and Tversky in 1984. But we digress. Let's get back into the financial stuff. How shall we evaluate an NFT and what to consider? So taking a little quick pause from the article altogether, because I know we still have a lot more to go, just really want to inform everyone, like always, definitely do your own research. And it's kind of similar how sneakerheads are nowadays, so that you gotta really value and see if it's actually have any purpose in terms of the actual product. So I know sneaker may not be the most example, but in terms of pricing wise, it does. So an example of a shoe comes up for $180 and then it resells for $1,000, then you definitely want to see if it's really worth it in terms of, other than the hype. It's very relatable in terms of NFTs, but at least with shoes, at least you can wear them. NFTs, definitely a little different in terms, definitely new in terms of the space, but that's a little example in terms of modern day. Going back to the article, we're going to see that. Dive into the discounted cash flows. Okay, for the purpose of this exercise, we shall say that we are completely pragmatic and cynical beings who who despise art of any form and only value true monetary rewards. So let's imagine an NFT project of Cool Kids Club on a blockchain of Kappa blockchain. In order to assess whether we should or should not get into CKC, we are required to know a few things. 1. The price of acquiring this NFT. 2. Value of the rewards that we shall receive. And 3. Our risk-free interest rate. And 4. Our time frame. Let's break each of these down. The price of acquiring merely refers to the price at which we can enter the project. That is the price of buying this NFT. There are two possibilities present, namely minting a new one straight from the project's drop or buying one from a secondary market. Whichever path we take or are able to choose will therefore determine the price of acquiring this NFT. Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, if we can get an NFT from the drop at, let's say, 10 Kappa, while the secondary market floor is 9 Kappa, we should opt in for the latter since it's cheaper. Value of the rewards refers to the sum of all monetary rewards are expected to receive from owning this CKC NFT. And by the expectation, we mean certain outcomes and not chances to receive some rare and valuable airdrop. Of course, we can take those into account too by using expected outcome function. For instance, if we have 10% chance of receiving $10,000 worth of something, then the expected payout can be calculated as 10%. As you can tell, here's a little math. So if we expect to receive $1,000 from our CKC and nothing else, then the expected value is $1,000 of that NFT. At this point, we do not consider the capital gain upon the sale of the NFT at a later stage or loss. A risk-free interest rate confuses many people, even though starting to study finance. The risk-free interest rate is exactly what it says on the label. The highest percentage you can receive for the same investment is no risk. Usually this is the bank's deposit interest rate that is used, as it is considered risk-free with no risk of bank's default essentially. However, it does not have to be a bank and carry any investment opportunity that is considered by you as riskless. For example, if you loan some money to your friend and he's guaranteed to pay you back with 10% interest, then we can say that your risk-free interest rate is the 10%. Moreover, the risk-free interest rate is subject to one's evaluation too, as two individuals can perceive the same project to have two different risk levels. Since large and reputable banks of stable countries are considered by the majority to be safe, the interest rate of the deposit is often used for this calculation. Alternatively, government bonds with the highest security level can be used. The little incorporation into a little more logistics and actual real definitions and real life scenarios into the NFT type of space. A time frame of the expected return also plays a crucial role in such calculations. The idea of time frame is directly related to the aforementioned interest rate and makes sense logically too. $100 today is not the same as $100 in a year, and this is not only attributable to the inflation itself, but also the interest rate and human valuation of what economists refer to as immediate gratification versus delayed gratification. The concept of it quite basic, yet causes quite a lot of various peculiarities when it comes to human behavior. Here's a quick example. Mental experiment. You can choose between receiving $100 today or $200 in 2 weeks. What would you choose? Now, if that was changed to $100 in a year or $200 in a year in 2 weeks, how does your choice change? According to various studies, most of the responses offer immediate gratification in the first scenario, yet can wait for another couple of weeks for increased additional reward. However, in both cases, the time frame separating the reward is kept the same. Human behavior is weird, isn't it? If we imagine choosing between two nearly identical projects where one is expected to yield $100 a month and the other to yield $100 in 2 months, it is only logical to choose the former. What about $100 in a month or $1,000 in a year? That's what time frame is important. Looking at this quick cash flow, now having identified all the participants of the basic model, let's actually bring the models together as known form. A little calculation. This is definitely important in terms of the rest of the video, so definitely stay tuned for the rest of it while I explain and read this information. Where the DCF, discounted cash flow, CF cash flow, is respective of period R, risk-free interest rate, and the number index power, time period on an annual basis, if R is also on an annual basis. So definitely looking at this, take a quick pause if you want to look at this calculation, and I'm going to be reading this prompt also. So if the payout is expected only in one period, the formula boils down to CDF equals CF divided by 1 plus R. For example, if our riskless interest rate is 10%, we expected a payout of 100 in exactly 1 year, then the DCF 100 divided by 1.1 equals 90.91. In today's money for 2 years like this, you're going to see that DCF equals 100 divided by 1.1 plus 100 divided by 1.21 equals this amount. So what? I hear you ask. Well, if we have to pay out anything more than the corresponding DCF or expect to pay back in the NFT, then you are effectively losing money. Again, in this case, we omit the value of reselling this NFT at this stage as we are sentimental value of liking the art itself. If, for instance, we can sell this NFT for $50 after 2 years, then in total we would have gotten $173.55 from DCF plus 50 from reselling. So this is the total amount is $223.55, which is $23.55 greater than the $200 of acquiring the NFT. In this case, we can say that it is a probable investment and we should definitely get into the project. Of course, in reality, we have limited funds and we will have to gauge at this project against other projects which can yield as much more profit or at the same but in the shorter time. So all in all, when considering whether you should buy a Cool Kids Club NFT, you should do in a quick bash of the envelope calculation of the expected payout and gauge it against the price you'll have to pay it to acquire. However, as we pointed out previously, the definition of risk-free interest rate varies in reality for everyone. Based on their judgment as well as assessment of the expected future cash flows, are you sure you can resell this particular NFT times 2 in a year, and many other factors. Nevertheless, the basic model, especially once it becomes subconscious habit, make your choices easier and save some money at the very least, if not making some. At this point, once the model makes sense and seemingly explains many of the choices we might have made in the past, there appear a deeper feeling that something is not right, and it truly isn't. The issue with this is model, just like any other financial and economic model, it is that it is a good approximation and sometimes can be far from reality. How do we calculate the value, let's say access to exclusive information about our favorite hobby? Or how do we evaluate a lesser outcome of potential projects collaboration in a fast-changing environment? Also, imagine reselling an NFT after some period of time. What is the market price for it? Are the buyers pragmatically logical as we are and calculate this intrinsic value as they place larger weight on the sentimental artistic part of the NFT? Is our risk-free interest rate the same as the other person in the market has? Do we have the same level of patience and thus time frame? All these and many other questions complicate the model and thus cloud our final conclusion. However, please do not underestimate the power of the basic DCF model either. It is certainly far from being prophetic, yet provides ample and fundamental data and therefore serves as a good starting point. Still with us? Okay, great. Let's make it a little more visual by looking at some examples in the real market, Gpool, Theta Teeth, and Mystic Guru's NFTs. So we're definitely diving into more about the Theta Network, their type of projects already a little more specific, but as you can tell, this is a nice starting ground in terms of for those who are trying to find the type of calculation, I would say, in terms of selling your NFT, but you also have to really understand this is where definitely doing your own research definitely pays off to see if there's going to be more utility and importance, to see the longevity of the project, to see if there's actually going to be more updates and more type of project updates altogether for the near future of this NFT. Scrolling down just a little bit more, we're going to look at this first one. We're going to see that Gpool. We must admit their personal fandom for this project and the ingenious team behind it, yet we will try to assess the NFT objectively. Although Gpool project itself can be described mostly by some combination of the world blockchain, cryptocurrency, staking, and liquidity pool, we shall focus on the multiplier NFTs with the topic of our article. Gpool multiplier NFTs introduced as a set NFTs that provide the holders, as the name suggests, and at times to return the stake holding. So if we consider an investment of 100,000, the staking process itself would yield us exactly 50,000 or 50% in a year. The same investment, on the other hand, with a multiplier for times 2 multiplier for 100,000 T-bill NFT would accrue 75,000 in a year. Given this, we can extrapolate the multiplier itself generates as 25,000. If we, for simplicity sake, assume no compounding, that $25,000 is given to us at the end of the year, we can calculate DCF for 5 years span at 10% interest rate as follows. So here's the calculation, and going on to a little bit more and touching on all the other type of NFT projects, because I definitely want to make that important to you guys. So definitely check out all the links down below also if you want to look at this one more specifically in terms of the Gpool. Going on to Theta Teeth, the 100 tokens and direct financial rewards. Theta Teeth project provides a little more straightforward system as all of the immediate and tangible returns are set in T-Fuel, the coin of the initial sale. The entire collection of 32 NFTs is split into 5 tiers, with each consecutive tier increasing to a price of 50 T-Fuel. Not only does this provide the early birds bonus in the early adopters, since the floor price is likely to be at least the price of the tier 5 minting, but also the holders of earlier tiers split the 5% of the sale on the next tiers. So for instance, if you own a tier 1 Theta Teeth NFT, you would receive 12.5, 9, 8.2, and 7.5 T-Fuel from the respective tier sales, totaling around 37 T-bill from the cash back alone. Additionally, given the project rewards its holders with 5% from the income and next project, Theta Teeth act as a perpetual token essentially. The holders profit will from Matryoshka Dollhouse sellout too. Let's say you hold a single Theta Tooth and Matryoshka makes you a total profit of 10 million T-fuel, I believe. Then you would be eligible for a 10 million, I believe that is. Yeah, 10 million times 5%, 30 times divided by 32 equals 154 T-fuel. Using the DCF model, 10% risk-free interest rate, and the time frame of 1 year, this would translate into 140 T-fuel today's worth. So in total, acquiring tier 1 Theta Tooth for the minting of 200 would yield you about 37 plus 140 equals 177 T-fuel within a year. And that is only considering the direct financial reward in 1 year period, while completely disregarding all of the airdrops, access to valuable BitQuest related information, calculation, staking merchandise, cashback from additional sales, and future projects, amongst the other proprietary and collaboration features. Not bad, right? That is why we recommend study the website and the white paper for Matryoshka 2. Like I said in my previous videos, if you haven't yet, if you're still with me, and I know it's going to be a little longer of a video that I normally don't make, definitely check out all my videos in terms of the NFT projects, because they are basically saying that with their future updates in the upcoming year of 2022 and so on and so forth, they are going to reward those owners of the previous NFTs by having those later sales be given back to the holders of the OG holders, basically. And then in terms of calculation, that doesn't even include, that's just the bare calculation for that price of the NFT. And like they said, not even including the airdrops and other type of exclusivity type of projects for those individuals holding the airdrop. Going on to a little more with Mystic Gurus. I believe we're almost there, guys. Definitely bear with me. I know it's a lot longer of a video, but we're almost there. I got you guys. Mystic Gurus meditating and NFT staking. Mystic Gurus NFTs provide the owners with a staking opportunity called Meditating of the Guru and yields Aura token. At the moment of the writing, according to some friendly and sociable visitors of the shrine, the congregation accounted for about 75% or 416 gurus. In other words, 416 Mystic Gurus NFTs have been staked with 600,000 Aura tokens distributed to the wallets already. That is 1442 Aura tokens per your stake Mystic Guru NFT. Of course, such a high reward is not infinite and currently at 10x of what the following reward would be, yet this already provides owners with a great return. However, one might wonder how to calculate the DCF at this point, to which we would recommend to wait and see. Once the exchange rate for the Aura token to USD or TFuel is known, we can readily apply the DCF model and get our answer. Moreover, just like with any other project, we shall consider the capital gain profit if we choose to sell, and somehow evaluate the non-monetary benefits from holding a Mystic Guru. In order to better understand the importance of staking your Mystic Guru, like the leveling system and Aura rewards, we recommend you to be mindful of the website and the white paper, as you can tell. So if you haven't already traded Aura for T-Drop or T-Fuel, definitely check that out too. I did make that one of my previous videos, so definitely check that out. All my videos associated with data is definitely there and accessible for you guys, but we have a little bit more of this article, then we're going to definitely conclude this whole video. Hopefully these few examples have helped the readers, just like textbooks have some examples solved and commented step by step. Of course, just like we have mentioned along the article, the DCF model offers a good approximation to the expected financial rewards that can help be gauged against the price of the required investment, as well as other investment opportunities of the projects and assets. However, as we have witnessed, some of the intangible benefits can be hard to assess directly, and most importantly can have two very distinct values for different individuals. That partly explains why every NFT project has its own group of followers and critics who can switch roles and when it comes to other NFT collection. All in all, the important outcome of this article is that while NFTs can sometimes seem promising due to the surrounding excitement, it is still a good idea to apply some simple arithmetics and deem an NFT as a financial asset. Bear in mind that we are talking about a cold-blooded, calculated approach, completely withdrawn from personal fixations over the art or the team behind it. Although economists can attempt quantifying even that, as there would be magic numbers for which one would forego a piece of art. Another important derivation one might come to with the human nature is indeed very illogical, at times prone to many biases. In fact, those behavioral biases and heuristic gave birth to a completely new branch of studies, behavioral economics and finance. Knowing that, or at least being aware of such tricks our minds play on us, is crucial to making more rationalized decisions when it comes to finance. And let's face it, very few of us are present in the NFT space due to the love for art. So definitely trying to conclude the rest of this video definitely goes deep inside in terms of how to really rank and value your NFT, how to definitely look into a project before investing your money, and giving you guys some examples of projects and NFT projects, more specifically in the Theta Network, how they're definitely progressing and updating their project and making it more valuable for those who are actually investing in it, those day one, those OG type of investors. So definitely want to conclude the video because it was a lot longer than I anticipated. The article itself was definitely really long. So like I said, as always, if you're trying to find as much, or actually if you're new to the channel trying to find as much Theta news, updates, NFTs, or any kind of Theta partnerships, definitely please hit that like and subscribe button, and definitely check out all the links down below in the description, especially my Theta wallet address. If you found this video helpful and you learned a little something, really looking forward and hoping you guys donate to the wallet. Really do appreciate any type of donation. If you are an OG viewer and you watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching these videos and subscribing to the channel, and really looking forward to spreading more news with you guys. But like I said, until the next one, until the next video, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, but really looking forward to the next one. You guys know how it is. It's your boy Justin Massetti, so try to keep up. Alright, deuces. Okay.